this is how I live now because of this challenge. This challenge broke me. You guys will never see my face again, except for my nose and my mouth talking. I am now hoodie. A moist hoodie. What is happening? I don't know. It's fine. Hello and welcome. We had some ups, we had some downs, and this challenge broke me. Oh, okay, we gotta be serious. We gotta be serious. That's better. You guys know me by this, not by hoodie. Ayo, I'm Bethanjan, and welcome back to another video. It's a challenge because I like challenges. That's what I live for. You know? Instead of doing the 100 heads in 10 days, we decide to do it in one day. Why? Because I wanted to see if it's possible. And you guys all want to know if it's possible. And it is! If you have caffeine, prepped meals, and lose some hours of sleep. That's all you need to be successful. Yeah. Anyways, we're gonna jump right into things. Okay, we started off really rough, really bad, to the point that I almost quit the entire challenge as it was, and was like, okay, we're starting off not too great. These first three, I wanted to rip the page out, I wanted to rip it up, I wanted to burn it in my fireplace, and never pretend it existed, and, you know, but I was like, okay, we gotta continue on. I first started off limiting myself to only 5 minutes per drawing. I'm glad I did though, because at the end I do a couple of 5-minute ones, and to compare the two with the beginning ones compared to the end ones, there's a big jump there. You can tell the third one that I did. Literally, I'm just like, I wrote down no, bro. Just no. No. It was not looking well. Who knew that I could actually be better at figures than portraits? Because usually you would think like portraits is a big part of the figure, but no, apparently not. For me, it's opposite. I'm good at figure, but I'm bad at the portrait. If you're well aware of the 100 heads method, whatever challenge, it's this guy who created this challenge on Pinterest, and there's 100 heads, you do it in 10 days, yada yada yada, you get the idea. I've seen so many videos on this challenge that halfway through, I just didn't want to do any of the portraits that was from that challenge, and I ended up making my own Pinterest board on this challenge because, to be honest, this video, the 100 heads med challenge, words are hard, it's been going on for a while, and I just thought it needed some things that I wanted to actually go over a little bit more. Like, to be honest, profiles in general, not good for me. I did a lot of profiles in this one, so that was interesting. It also was kind of nice being able to draw different ages and races and different face shapes in general. There's a lot of faces that I tended to lean towards though at the end, like, oh my gosh. Oh no. This is where we also almost gave up. Number, what, 17? Gosh. It's so bad. It's so bad. Look at this trash. Nope, not today. But you know, when you mess up, you forget about it, you move forward with life. At this point, I was still kind of using the heads from the original 100 heads challenge, and then it was kind of like around in the 20s, that's when I realized, like, I want to choose the photos that I want to go off of. So it's just like when you have seen so many videos on the same thing 1,000 times, you don't want to keep using the same ones, because I've seen so many videos on this challenge and I'm just done seeing the same photos all over and over again. Which, like, don't get me wrong, there's a lot of diversity in the photos that he has for his Pinterest board, but I just, I need something different and new, okay? I've already seen like 20 different people or YouTubers draw these same people, so I just need something new. I don't know who this guy was that I was drawing, but he looked a lot like Colonel Sanders from Kentucky Fried Chicken. Pretty sure, I'm not entirely, it was probably someone else, I don't know, but I also learned a lot about drawing face, I quit. Words, English, I don't like you English, as I feel like usually in the art community not a lot of people will draw older people. So that was, again, in itself a challenge for me because, you know, they got extra skin for the neck, or, you know, their eye, like their facial structure is completely different than what a younger person's facial structure looks like. It was around this point that I noticed, like, I need to actually take time, and instead of spending like 5 minutes for some sketches, I ended up spending like 10 minutes per sketch, which did like dig out a lot of time for me, but in the long run I was able to like get proportions somewhat right. There were some sketches that I just kind of gave up on, like in the end you can tell where I'm just like giving up on everything, but you know, I was tired. And right around here, around like 40, you can definitely tell that I'm not really using any of the images that was from that challenge. So this is like the part that I actually started to use photos that I wanted to use. Oh my gosh, I have to talk about this because this is a weird thing that I have with portraits, and I don't know why. I don't know why, but like people with different kinds of noses intrigue me. I chose a handful, probably more than a handful, of people that had these interesting nose. Can I just learn a new language at this point if I can't even say nose the right way? It sounds weird right now. I don't know. But like seriously, like noses in general, when they have like different shapes, I always feel like growing up, you know, you always, okay, like high schoolers in general, in like middle school age, you're like worried about everything of how you look like, but it's like when you get older, I just feel like those people that are more authentic and they're not afraid to be themselves, I don't know, I just find that really interesting. Then we tended to do some more older people, just because, again, like the older you get, your skin's gonna sag, you're not gonna look all perfect, but that's just life. So, it was something different to actually like challenge myself with, so that was kind of nice. Then around this point, I think another thing that's really challenging for me is drawing so small. It just, dang, I was doing 4 minutes. Do you see the improvement here? We're at 60. We finally have found like an easy way to get to like 4 or 5 minutes on a face, and I'm just proud of myself. Like, what the heck? Of course, just like the figure drawing challenge that I did, I wanted to have a variety in time and like different images I was drawing, of course. I would use images that I liked and spend more time on that, or I would lean towards just spending like 4 to 5 minutes on some. Of course, since it was just in a day, I didn't have that many drawings that I spent like 40 minutes on or 20 minutes on. There is only one drawing out of my entire, out of the entire thing that I did, this drawing right here, I spent only 20 minutes on this, or 22 minutes on this. I was so surprised how much I got, because it shows you how much you don't need detail on things for it to look good. Like, look at this freaking masterpiece. I used my eraser for the first time. I went back and made extra shadows. 73. That is the one I freaking love. I tried to do another one that was a little bit extra time, but then I noticed like I wasn't feeling the same groove at that point because I had taken a break for like dinner or something like that. It's so funny how you can take a break and then you come back to something and it's just like you're not feeling it. It's weird. So I suggest when you're in a good mood of drawing and you're just like feeling yourself as an artist, don't take breaks, because sometimes magic can happen. Okay? Just saying. Okay, this page in the 80s, right? I was really surprised how fast I went, but at the same time I really wasn't caring at this point because sleep and stuff, it was like, what? I don't even remember, like 10 o'clock at night, 7, 9? Around that time. It was late, okay? But I took like 2 minutes, like 2 to 4 minutes on each of these, and I noticed that when I took my time and like made tiny marks to emphasize certain characteristics, went a long way, especially when drawing small. See, we're getting into like the last few here. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, it was so challenging to pick the last 2 that I wanted to spend more time on, because to be honest, all of these on this last second, like the third to last page, I wanted to take like hours on just because I loved the people and how they looked generally. Like the angles of faces and everything, and then the contrast with the lighting. It's just really, it takes my creativity into like hyperdrive, you know? Third to last page. 98. Oh my gosh, I was probably oh no. I forgot that happened. I turned the page and I crinkled it when I turned it because I was like so excited, and I was like, oh my gosh, how could this get any freaking worse? I like fold the page on itself. That's like an artist's worst nightmare right there. But anyways, we jump into it. I'm pretty sure I only spent 15 minutes on this one, which I was really surprised. She had like a hat on, and I love the color of it and everything, and the angle with the glasses. Glasses tend to be something that was really has been really challenging for me, just because you have to get literally the lines perfect, or nothing's gonna look right. I can promise you that 100%. If you draw glasses, they either better look right, or they're always gonna look wrong. Even if there's like a tiny centimeter off, I will know, and other people will know. They just won't tell you. Alright. Oh, that was only 14.5 minutes. Oh. Anyways, we're on to the last and final drawing. And what happens to my freaking timer? It dies. I was so upset because I was timing it, and I was like, what the heck am I gonna do? I probably could have timed the rest of it like watching the clock. But to be honest, I spent like an extra... If I had to guess, this last one, I think I took 30 minutes on. I was not as pleased with this one compared to the, what was it, like number 73 that I really liked. The last 2 are okay, but surprisingly, this one turned out, it's okay. Like I actually went in with my eraser again, you know. Like there's some things that are messed up with it, but to be honest, I can tell you with 100% guarantee, at the beginning of this challenge, I could never draw a portrait that fast. So that's just in itself is really surprising to me. Then we'll just do like one little quick lick through. One quick look through. You know what I meant. I think there's definitely a big difference here in how much I learned and took away from this. Ultimately, timing yourself and giving yourself a limited amount of time to sketch and draw something, in my opinion, it makes you grow a lot as an artist. It makes you look faster at things, to find better relationships with different shapes and all that jazz. Do I recommend doing it in one day? No. No. I almost quit at the end of this drawing, to be honest. There are moments. Oh, number 7, yeah, it was number 73. That one's my favorite. I'm so happy out of everything, that one's my favorite. Number 1, right there, people. 22 minutes. See, I tried to do it again after I took a break. The magic wasn't there. Wasn't there. Then, that's where I gave up. That one right there. Literally like 2 minutes, which I was so surprised I got 2 minutes on some of those. They look better than the beginning ones. And then, ooh, 96 was pretty good too. And then the last two. I'm just baffled. Is that a word? Baggled. Tickled. Entertained. Okay? About how much I have grown from this. If you want to give it a try, do not do it in one day unless you have nothing going on in your life. But take a lunch break, take a dinner break, because I sure did. I'm so tired. I just want to retreat into my hoodie. Not my hoodie, my fiance's hoodie, but to be honest, all of his hoodies are now mine. Anyways, I hope you guys have a lovely day, lovely week, whatever you're up to. Hope it's going well on your end. I'll see you in the next one. Bye!